Hello everyone, welcome to Digit. My name is Jitnesh and this right over here is the Tata Nexon diesel manual variant. Now this particular variant is the Fearless S Plus edition, which has an on-road price of rupees 17.70 lakh right here in Noida. Now Tata Nexon is one of the cars in Tata Motors stable that has kept the brand going even through the most toughest of times. Now even today, Tata Nexon regularly comes up on the list of top selling best CSUVs in India. So what is it that makes this car so special? Now with an on-road price of rupees 17.70 lakh, this diesel manual version of Tata Nexon is easily more expensive than Kia Sonet as well as Hyundai Venue. And unsurprisingly, it is even more expensive than the Maruti Suzuki Brezza, which does not even have a diesel option. So the only competition that remains is the Mahindra XUV 3XO, which has an on-road price of rupees 7.42 lakh in Noida for the top-end manual diesel version. So the competition is locked in. It is one Indian SUV going up against another Indian SUV. So let's see what all does this one has on offer. Now this right over here is the key of the brand new Tata Nexon, and every time you lock or unlock the car, the lights over here do a little bit of animation. Let me show you. Moreover, you also have the option to turn on the lights right from your key like this. And you also have the option to open the boot from over here as well. And speaking of boot, this is the space that you get on the Tata Nexon. You see, it is enough space for a compact SUV, and as you can see, the loading lip is also not too deep either, so you can put in a lot of luggage easily. And since we are on the topic of space, this is how much space you get on the back side of the Tata Nexon. As you can see, the front seat is adjusted to the height of a really tall person, and despite that, I have at least this much knee room. My height for reference is 5 feet 8 inches and I am sitting comfortably, at least when it comes to the knee room. However, the headroom over here is a little bit less, especially if the person is taller than 5 feet 8 or 5 feet 9 inches, then he is going to feel that the headroom over in the Tata Nexon is a little bit lacking. In short, good knee room but decent headroom. And lastly, very good thigh support. Now in terms of comfort, you do get rear AC vents, and usi ke saath saath you have two fast charging ports as well, one type A and one type C. Now in terms of door storage space, you are in luck because in Tata Nexon 2024 you can easily store a 1 liter bottle. However, there is no storage space in the seats over here. Now you do get load sensors on the back of the car, so there is absolutely no need to keep the rear seat belt tucked in even if no one is sitting over there. So this is how the driver cockpit of the brand new Tata Nexon looks like. Firstly, over here you have your trusty armrest, and then on the inside you have some storage space, and you can fit at least a pouch this big inside it. Rest, you have your space for a wireless charger over here, but one fault with this thing is that if you have a smartphone which is too wide, especially I'm talking about iPhone 14 Plus with the back case on, then that thing won't fit here. It will continuously trigger emergency response because the buttons on the both sides will get pressed when you keep your smartphone over here. Chalo, usi ke baad you have your mode shifter over here. You have city, you have eco, you have sport. It works very nicely. There's no issues over here.
Economy drive mode activated.
Let me just put it back into city.
City drive mode activated.
चलो, उसी के साथ you have your very fancy parking brake over here, and I absolutely love the fact that it is integrated into this center console design very nicely. Like there is proper space for this and it looks very clean, and it works very well as well. You can easily put it up, push it down. The movement is very smooth. Next up you have your gear lever, and then you have some space over here. But one issue with this space is that it is hollow from here, like from both these sides. So I fear that whatever the stuff that I am going to keep here, I fear that it might fall off either of these sides, and also it is not big enough to hold again a big smartphone. So overall, the space in the Tata Nexon for the driver side is good, but usable space is less, and I think Tata needs to work on that. Also, this is the view from the driver's seat. As you can see, my seat is not adjusted to its maximum height, and yet still I can see the end of the hood. So it is a very commanding position, and you can see a lot of things around you. This pillar over here is pretty thick, but I would rather take more protection over a thinner pillar over here. And then right over here you have your touch based controls. Now this is a mixture of physical and touch based button. As you can see, your temperature is being controlled by a physical button, and your fan level is also being controlled by a physical button. But the rest, your AC on off, your auto AC mode, and even the button to open your boot is a touch based button. And you also have the option for 360 camera right over here. Now I like the overall minimalist design of this control center, but I would rather prefer physical controls over touch based buttons. And lastly, this button should always be physical. But what I am really a fan of is this high refresh rate, high resolution display, which is super smooth to use over here. Like, as you can see, it is buttery smooth, and it is one of the best in its segment. Now, one of the really cool things about this infotainment is how fast it connects to your smartphone. Let me show you how. Like, I'll just press this thing over here, and it took no time to connect to my smartphone, and it was super fast. Now, apart from all that, you also have a bunch of cool apps, as you can see over here. Firstly, there is wireless Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay, and then there is the integrated support for Amazon Alexa as well. Now, along with that, you can also check in the AQI of inside the car. Let's just see how it is right now. It is 4 and it is good. So yeah, all in all, very nice. इसी के साथ you also have the option to set the climate control. So over in the climate section, you have the option to set the fan speed as well as the car's temperature. Now, unfortunately, there is no option to set individual climate control zones for yourself as well as your passenger. However, one redeeming feature of this setup is the express cooling option, which is right over here.
Express cooling is on.
As you can see, it uses the full power of the AC to quickly cools the car, and I think it is especially useful given the condition that the Indian summers are in right now. Now, apart from this big menu, you also have a very small quick settings menu over here, and in this thing you can adjust the audio, which is like the speaker system, the driver assistance and the lights. Now, don't get confused, this driver assistance is not the ADAS. This car does not have an ADAS. This is simply to regulate a little bit of the parking features that this car has. As you can see, you have your low speed activation alert, you have front park assist, as well as you have several beeps and tones that you can regulate from over here, and it also has your blind spot monitor over this thing. And I think whatever features that are present in this driver assistance system, however bare bones it might seem, I think these are all the essentials that one might need to truly comfortably drive this car in and around the city and around the highway. Now, in the light section, you have the option to change the duration of the approach light, as well as you can permanently turn on or off the DRLs. Meanwhile, in the audio section, you have a bunch of these features. Now, I am not really an audio nerd, so someone who is will likely make most use of them. So here's how the speaker system on the brand new Tata Nexon 2024 performs. Lastly, this is how the 360-degree camera of the Tata Nexon looks like, and as you can see, the clarity of it is truly amazing, and even the latency is very low. Like, I can easily ditch the mirrors and rely on this camera, knowing full well that there is little to no delay in the response, which is again a very good feature and makes this car even more drivable. Also, the clarity of the camera is really good, and one very neat feature is this 3D surround view of your car, so you can clearly get a better look of your car and easily get out of tight situations. So with that all said, let's just take a leave from here and then focus our attention over here. So this is how the steering of the new Tata Nexon looks like. As you can see, it is a flat bottom steering. These are all your controls. This is the horn, and this, by the way, is an illuminated Tata Motors logo. It glows in the dark, which is very nice. Also, these are your buttons for controlling the media center, like mute, volume up, down, pick up the call, cancel the call, voice assistant, and change the sound setting, FM, Bluetooth, like that. Also over here you have your very handy cruise control. Over this button you can see the set increase speed option. Over here you can see the set speed decrease option. These are basically to increase or reduce the speed of the set cruise control that you have activated on the car. Over here is the the menu button, using which you can navigate through various information in your car, and this is the one that I use the most. Also, if you do not like the way your dashboard looks, you can simply press this button, and the way it shows information changes automatically. Pretty handy. I think I'm gonna go with this setup. Right over here you have your window controls. This is also to lock all the windows, this is to lock all the doors, and this is your push start button. Along with that you have your automatic wipers as well as your automatic headlamp setup. And this is the button to control your ORVMs. You can easily control either the left or the right side, and you can fold them just by pressing this button downwards. And this is your dial to change the riding mode your car currently in. Like right now the car is in city mode, as you can see from over there. Let me just change it to eco.
Economy drive mode activated.
Now the car is gone into eco, and now it will go into
Sport drive mode activated.
Now one thing which is better in Kia and Hyundai is that whenever you change the modes now,
Economy drive mode activated.
like right now this entire cluster would have changed and it would have turned green, and similarly if you have put a
Boot drive mode activated.
then this entire setup would have turned red. So yeah, that is something which can be implemented in a future update or something. Now that you have spent 17 lakhs on a compact SUV, you will also get these features. Open the sunroof.
A command.
Open the sunroof.
Sure. Opening sunroof.
Although why you would feel the need to open the sunroof during this monsoon is beyond me, but again, you have the feature, you can use it as you want.
Sure. Closing.
But this is something that you'll have to close manually every time. So now that we have seen the exterior, the interior and the tech of the car, let's just see how it performs. So let's just put the car into first gear and then off we go. Now this is what I like about diesel engines, okay, that you can pretty much handle them just by using your clutch. Now this is a 6-speed manual gearbox. Now it is not as smooth as the Japanese or Korean competitors, but it gets the job done and I have no complaints with it. Pretty smooth suspension, by the way. Despite being a high stance SUV, the suspension quality of the Tata Nexon is similar to a low slung sedan. Like, this is how much the suspension quality is good in the Tata Nexon. Like I really feel like whatever the small undulations that are there on the road, I feel like I am gliding over them. Like there's another speed breaker over there. Let me just portray through the camera how comfortable this is. Okay, this is me going. All right. Oh my god. Now the entire thing felt like a massage, which is a very nice feature to have in an SUV. But all is not sunshine, because there is a bit of lag, especially in the fourth and the fifth gear, and especially when you're out in the city or even out on the two lanes highway, whenever you have to periodically slow down your speed due to the oncoming traffic and then take up that speed again. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me just cross this speed breaker once, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I'm speaking about. Okay, let me just cross this. Also, brakes are fantastic since we are on that topic. So right now we are in second gear and the car is accelerating and taking my input very nicely. As soon as I go into the third gear, it is doing so as well. But as soon as I'll go into the fourth gear, that is where the problem starts. Right now my foot is entirely on the pedal, and see how much time the car took to respond. Let me just show you again. Okay, let me just slow it down to let's say 35. I'll accelerate from 35 in fourth gear. Wait, there's another speed breaker. All right. Okay, so this is done. Now I'll just accelerate to 35 using the third gear. Now all right, now I'll put it into fourth. See, there is so much delay in response. Same with the fifth gear. Like this is something which I mean, I do see why the gearing is the way it is, but what it does is that it makes this SUV kind of difficult to drive in a medium moving traffic. That is what I'm talking about. Like I clearly see the benefit of having a really long gear, is because, like, especially if you are out on the highway, you can really extract that top speed and maintain a very high top speed despite not running at a very high RPM, which is a very clear advantage. However, out in the city, this long gearing becomes a problem, because every time whenever you want to overtake a car that is going slow in the middle lane, you have no other option but to put the car into third gear and then extract all the power from it. See, this is the overtaking speed that I'm talking about, that should be there naturally, but it isn't. But the lower gears, like the first and the second, they don't have any such issues. Like this is the second gear. I can just press the gear, I can the accelerator, and the car responds. There is no that much of an issue. I mean, there is a very little bit of a lag, but that will always be there because since it is a diesel engine, so like that's the way they work. But the kind of lag that's in fourth and fifth gear is kind of killing the vibe. Now apart from that, everything else is really sorted. The clutch is decently light. It is not too light, it is not too heavy, it is in the medium range. And the steering, oh my god, this steering is simply fantastic. Like whatever response that you can imagine from the road, like the best of response you get from this steering. Like it communicates even the smallest of the undulations that are going over the road, and it gives you that confidence of being very stable despite whatever speed you are going with. Like for example, I was going around 90 to 100 kilometers per hour on this normal roads only, and I didn't realize that until I looked at the speedometer. So that is the kind of confidence which this steering gives you. So in terms of drivability, I think I would give it around 3.5 stars out of 5. And the only thing which I will cut is which I feel is the somewhat not aligned gearing of this gearbox, or whatever the issue is. Like, I think in the long run this diesel engine has a lot of potential. It just needs a little bit more refinement and a little bit more grunt, especially in the top gears. Now when it comes to comfort, this car feels like you are gliding on a sofa. On top of that, the 5-star rated chassis and the all around secure feel of the Tata Nexon gives it a feel that you can drive this car for hours and hours and you will not feel tired even a single %. Now although this car feels fairly insulated, but the noise of the diesel engine is something that you will hear. Like, it is grunty and the same sound filters in through the cabin, and sometimes it does get pretty noisy. But see, I am someone who loves the noise of diesel engines, or like any engine in particular, so it is not a deal breaker for me. But if you are someone who prefers a dead silent cabin like you find in the likes of Maruti Suzuki Brezza or Baleno, or like petrol engines of other SUVs, compact SUVs, then you are going to feel a little bit out of place over here. But if you can manage to stand this sound, it does sound pretty awesome. Also, do not think that the noise of the engine coming in is in any way fault of the insulation, because it is not, because these glasses, they are pretty thick ones, and whatever the noise apart from the engine noise that is going on outside does not come into the cabin. And also the speakers, they are so powerful that if you are at any volume other than the medium, a little bit higher than the medium, then I'm pretty sure you will not even hear the engine as well. Now in terms of fuel efficiency, I have only been driving this car around the city and I have been getting 17 kilometers per liter consistently, 17.5 if I drive too generously. But this fuel efficiency figure is what I'm getting while I'm driving in the city mode, and without even worrying about anything, I'm driving in such a manner. So you can pretty easily get around 17 to 18 kilometers within city from Tata Nexon diesel. So in conclusion, the Tata Nexon 2024 edition with all the new design and interior changes is a great compact SUV to have for the price, especially in this year, because the competition between compact SUVs is so tough right now that just by maintaining your spot on the top 10 list is a big feat. And the way that this car delivers a whole package is really something which very few competitors can actually accomplish. You are getting safety, you are getting top of the line comfort, and with a diesel engine you are also getting all the power that you need as well as the fuel efficiency. And even if you disagree with the price, there are a whole lot of variants to choose from, and Tata has given you a whole palette that you can easily play around with and make your own Nexon that suits your needs. And in the end, I think that's what matters most. So that was it for the Tata Nexon 2024 review. You were watching me, Yatnesh Dubey, and I will see you guys next time.